Greetings, motorcycle enthusiasts. Today we're going to show you how to reassemble the carb of a Honda CX500. And before we get going, let me just show you what kind of tools you're going to need. We're going to start with a small rubber hose. And then I'm also going to have my Allen wrenches right here because a couple of these screws have been replaced by Allen screws. We also need a size to jizz head screwdriver, different size regular screwdrivers, a couple 7mm wrenches, and the spike we don't need it because, well, we're going to reassemble the carb here. And of course we're going to need a powerful little flashlight, and of course a new carb rebuild kit, and the air cut valve is also new, and of course a little bit of silicone spray. Take a look at the video description after you watch the video to find more information and also repair kits for that particular carburetor. And one more thing, people often ask if Carb King is making money from this. Well, not enough to get rich and live like Elon Musk, but we do make a little something when you order the repair kits and other odds and ends by using our links. That lets us keep producing these important and helpful videos and maybe grow a little. We don't mean to brag, but these are top-notch companies selling top-quality products, not some crab made in some shady sweatshop. So use the links and help us keep this all going so we can all ride our beloved bikes for years to come. Before we really get going here, I'm going to check these two air passages down here, because this is where the primary and secondary main jet gets air to pre-mix it in the jet holder. Air is going to be sucked in from the front right here, that's why we've got this large opening. And here on top, you can see there's this little plastic lid. I'm going to place the rubber hose right here. I'm going to blow through it once, and then I'm going to listen to see if it goes through. And yes, it does perfect. Let's keep going. There's also nozzle included in the rebuild kit for the jet holder of the secondary main jet. Let me show you. When you look in here, then you can see it sit in there. By the reassembly, it's important to know that there are two ends to this. This end here has a wider opening, and the other end is a bit more narrow. You can see here what I mean. The more open end is going to go into the carb itself, and the jet holder is going to go on the other end. Using a newer one, I'm going to place a wider open end into the carb. And now I can go ahead and mount the jet holder, and all I really got to do is just push it in. Here is a detail. The main nozzle is also included in the rebuild kit. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the old jet, and then all I got to do is screw in the new main jet into the jet holder. And now I'm going to go ahead and place the jet holder here in this assembly opening. Before I did that, I sprayed everything down with a little bit of silicone. And now we're going to go ahead and use a 7mm wrench to fasten down the jet holder. But keep in mind, it's very soft metal, so you don't want to overdo it. Otherwise you'll strip it. I'm going to go ahead and hold it down here, and then go ahead and tighten that jet on in there. Next, we're going to need the jet holder for the primary main jet, and that's this one right here. It's that long, thin one. And it's going to go in here, and we're going to screw it on in way down in there. It's going to sit way on down there, and into this jet holder is going to go the primary main jet. This is the original one right here, but there's a new one in the rebuild kit, and we're going to go ahead and install that right now. And right inside of here is where the idle jet is located, which can't be removed from this particular carb. But if you want to, you can go ahead and blow some air into with a rubber hose. Make sure it's clear. There's a little rubber stopper that goes in here, and if it doesn't create a seal, then you can try to put it in some gas to let it swell up a bit. If not, then you're going to need a new one, and I've got a link for that in the video description. It won't fall out because it's going to be kept in place by a little protrusion from the float bowl cover, but it's got to be sealed nevertheless. This is the old float needle, and this is the new one. Don't be surprised because that's the way it's supposed to look, and this little bracket is only there so that the tip doesn't get stuck and force the needle valve to open. The new float needle was also in the rebuild kit, and we're going to go ahead and install that. That's going to go in here, and over that is going to be the float. And this float is going to be held into place with this little pin. We're just going to go ahead and push that through here. It should go pretty easily. Now all of this is going to be held in place by the float bowl cover, and that'll do it. Now you can go ahead and make sure that all the parts move freely, and of course you still have to set the float level, or at least check it. So if the new float needle looks different than the old one, then you'll definitely want to go ahead and adjust the float level, and I'm going to provide those set points for you in the video description. We already put a new seal in the float bowl cover, and this one's a little bit difficult. That's why I'm going to spray it down with some silicone, and then I'm going to go ahead and hold the lid level and put the carb on top of that. Then I can really see if it's going to go in there right. And here you can see really clearly there's a huge gap. So that's not really right, and we're gonna have to try it again, all right? It's best to exercise a little bit of patience right here and make sure that that seal is in there, right? And once it is, then you can go ahead and turn the whole enchilada back around and tighten it all down with these 3 screws. So once that's in there, we can go ahead and continue with the air-fuel mixture screw. Here's the assembled air-fuel mixture screw, and here's the old one all taken apart. The screw itself, and on top of that goes a little spring. Then a little washer. On top of that, an O-ring. And once it's all put together, it looks like this. I've already sprayed a little bit of silicone into the opening, and now I'm going to set down the carb on the table like this. And that way, when I put in the air-fuel mixture screw, it's going to be horizontal. And you know, if something pops out, then it's not going to bounce all over the place. So now we're going to go ahead. It's going to go ahead and screw that on in and screw it all the way into the end. But be careful, because it's a little screw and it's a really delicate thread all the way to the end, and then there's going to be a number of turns to unscrew it, and that's going to be your basic setting. I'm going to write that down in the video description, and you can look it up in there. All right. The air-fuel mixture screw has been installed, and now we're going to continue on with the air cut valve right over here. The air cut valve is right here on the side of the carb. The old one didn't work anymore. That's why we got a new one, and you can find a link to that also in the video description. And that's got to sit here neatly with the edge in the groove. Here's something important I want to mention about the O-ring. If you look down here, you can see that it's got like one side is rounded, and the other one has a flat edge. So here you can see a little good. The part with the flat edge is going to go into the carb itself, and then of course a more rounded part of the O-ring is going to be facing outward. And now I'm going to go ahead and place it in here, right here, in this small little opening where there's a little indentation for the O-ring. It's going to go right in there. Now take the spring and set it onto the middle right here. And then we're going to put the lid on top of that, and inside the lid there's a little cylinder that's going to hold it into place. And now you got to press down real hard so that it's set just right, and make sure it's lined up with the screw holes. And here we're going to take new screws, so that the next time we have to do battle with these soft little jizz head screws. With both screws now tightened down, the lid is now sealed, and now we're going to go ahead and continue with the top part of the carb. Also included in the rebuild kit is a new part load needle, as well as a screw lid plug, which we're going to go ahead and install into the slide. So the needle goes right here in the center of the slide, like this, and then the screw it on top of that, and we got to go ahead and tighten that down, which is what I'm doing right now. The plug is also going to hold the needle fast so it can slide around, and the whole thing is going to be sealed with this little nylon plug, which is a really long thread, longer than I thought. So the nylon plug goes in here real snug, and now the slide has been mounted. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of silicone spray here so that everything slides around really nicely. And also here on the seal surfaces for the vacuum piston. We're going to go ahead and put that on the side right now because we still have to prepare something for that. This little guide right here, it's going to cover up both these little air passages, and we're going to go ahead and tighten that down here with a gist screw. And then we've got to place this little plastic ring in here, and as you can see, it's got a little protrusion here on the edge. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. And with a flat side facing inward, make sure that little knob is facing outward because that's going to correspond to a little indentation in the lid to make sure that everything is going to be sealed properly. Now I've sprayed a little bit of silicone in there and make sure that the groove of the slider here engages with this little nub on this guide, and at the bottom of the needle, of course, it has to kind of slide into the nozzle. The lid is nice and clean. You can maybe polish it up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and spray a bit of silicone everywhere. And now I can go ahead and place a spring on top of here. Now we'll go ahead and put the cover on there. Now this little spring has to be on top of there as well, but you can't really see it right now as I'm putting the cover on. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on there, but before I tighten it down, I'm going to go in here, like with this little finger, I'm going to check to see if the slide moves easily up and down. Yes, it is. The slide is moving really nice and smoothly, and now we'll go ahead and just tighten everything down with these two screws, and we are done with the carburetor on the Honda CX500. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, we'd be totally psyched if you were to leave us a like, or possibly even subscribe. We'd appreciate it. And with that, we just want to say, you know what, you guys are going to rock this, have fun with it, and we'll see you in the next video. Later, Gators.